Hi all, this is Kuntal. Today I want to show you how you can write your HTML and can access any element from the JavaScript. People have many confusion related to name and ID. So I will tell you what is the difference between elements, name and ID and other things. So for that I will just write one HTML file first. So let's write that. So I'm writing that HTML. So first is HTML. So any tag always ends with the same and only one front slash. So HTML and then slash HTML. So my idea is that whenever you are starting any tag, first end it and then in between you write. So first when you are writing HTML, end the HTML and then I will write head. So as you know, head and then immediately you type slash head. So that is how you will not miss the end tags. Sometimes these end tags are not specified, then also it works in HTML, but in modern browsers and HTML5 compatibility, all the start tags should have some end tag, otherwise it may create some problem. So better you have a strict typed closing of all the start tags. So head and then title. So what is this head? This head is the browser's head portion. So title you write my first HTML JavaScript exercise. So slash title and then after head I'll write the body. So body and then immediately I'll end the body, and inside the body let's say I'm creating one heading h1 HTML component exercise, then slash h1 is a heading, and then I am creating one form. So up to this you can save and you can see how this is displaying your page. So you just copy this path and then save the file over there. So this slash and here select as all files, all types, and then you write your basic HTML. So basic HTML, basic page dot html. So you write html dot and then save it. So once you save it, you see this HTML. So now you can open in any browser. So right click, open with let's say Google Chrome. See, this is HTML component exercise. So now and also heading, my first HTML JavaScript exercise is displayed. Now I'll create one form. What is form? It's a form inside the HTML. So let's say I am creating a form name first form, and then I am not mentioning anything, form name only, because I want to explain you all the features one by one. So in the form, and now let's say I'll create two fields. So first field, let's say first field. What is this? This first field is a text, and after that I am writing one input type equals to text, and then I am writing id equals to first field, and then size equals to, let's say, 10, and end. So these tags inputs, you don't have to write any end. So at the end, if you write a slash, front slash, it means it's ended, and then you write one second field. So second field I'll write in the same fashion I have written. So here also input type equals to text, id equals to second field, and the size equals to 10. So two fields. Now let's see how they looks. You just refresh it. See, this is the first field, this is the second field. Now I want to show you how you can access the values in the first field and second field from a JavaScript. So JavaScript functions can be invoked from one event. So for creating or generating some event, let's say I'm creating one button in the next line. So that is input type equals to button, and then name equals to, or you can give id. So first I will give id and then I will show you the name. So let's say id equals to save button, and then the value equals to, value means what will be displayed over that button. So let's say generate. So it's a, so now you can see that button is generated over here. So now the question is, suppose I want to first field and second field, and I want to click on generate, and then I want to access the value of first field and second field. So how I will be able to do that? So on click I want to do. So there is one property called on click, and then in on click we want to call one JavaScript function. Let's say the function is do generate. So now you may ask me, where is this function do generate? So this is the script function. So for that, what I will do, inside the head I'll create one script tag, script, and end script. Here I'll write one function, and the function name is your do generate. So now I want to check whether when I am clicking this button, this function is getting called or not. So I'll put one alert. Yes, you have clicked do generate. Now if I just refresh it, see, I am clicking on generate, message is coming, yes, you have clicked generate. This is a alert message, so that means you have done it successfully. Now let's say I want to display one value, that first field and second field, and I will write welcome first field and second field. Where I will do that? So for that I will generate one div. What is div? Div is a component of the HTML page. It's a division. Let's say I have given ID. I can give any ID of the div. So it's a output sect, and this is the blank div, let's say. So this div is present inside that HTML, but inside that there is no content. So what my purpose is to get the value of the first field and second field, and then concatenate and display into this output div. So what I will do, so first from this do generate function, means first this is the button, and on click do generate is being called, and inside this do generate I want to access the value of the first field and the second field. So first let me tell you how you can access this ID first field. So if you have ID, then you can write document.getElementById. So why you are writing document? So document is the object of the window. Means if this is your window, so this window have a document object. So actually the code should be written as window.document.getElementById. But if I don't mention this window, it always takes the object of the basic window from which you are running. So that is why you don't have to mention this window, but window is the first of reference of the window from where the control is working. So this is the window, then the document object, it is the first level object, and from the document object you can find out any element by get element by ID. Means it will give you the element by ID. The trick is that all the element should have a unique ID inside that HTML page. So that is why only ID has to be unique. Now just I will mention first field. So that is how you have access to that first field. So this is one object, means whenever you are doing like window.document.getElementById first field, you have access to this particular object, HTML object, which is one text and first field and size. So what I will write, where first field obj means first field object. Now let's see what are the properties. Means this first field object is the text field here. This text field you got as an object in JavaScript. So now, suppose you want to access what type of this is. So it's a text. So this is the field object and the properties are like type. So field object dot type is equal to, then it will be text. If you want to print size, then it will print 10. And if you have written something here, so that is its value, so that value will be field first field object dot value. So let me print all those things so that you can understand how this object. So alert, I am writing first field let's say type equals to, then what will be that, in the first field object dot type is very easy, and then let's say size, I want to print size equals to, it will be first field object dot size and the user input value, so that value will be equals to first field object dot value. So save it and then check how it works. So now if you give any value, let's say xyz, and then click on generate. So first, yes, you have clicked to generate, and then see the first field type equals to text, size equals to 10 and value equals to xyz. So you can access any attribute or any property of the first field like this. So this is how you can access any object. But let's say you have some type where you have not mentioned, like one field you have not mentioned that ID. So how you will be able to access that? Without ID also you can select. For that I am creating one more form. Let's say form name equals to, let's say, second form. Inside that second form I am creating two fields. Let's say third field, then I am writing input type equals to text, and then name equals to third field, third field, and then the size equals to 10. Now I want to introduce one more button to check whether I can access the value what I have typed in third field. So I am writing on input type equals to button. Let's say here also I am writing name. Button name is access by name, and then the value, let's say the value is access by name and the name is access by name, and the value is like this, and then on click I am writing one function do access second form, and then ending. Now you have to write this function do access form. So inside the script tag I am writing function do access second form, and inside do access second form what I will write. So I have to access this particular third field from here. So here I don't have any ID, so I have only the name here. So how I will access? I will write document. You can write window also, optional. If you don't mention window, it will take the current window. So it will be document dot get element by name. So now document dot by get element by name. Actually it is document dot get elements by name. There is nothing called document dot get element by name, because many fields can have the same name, so it should be get elements by name. ID one unique, so there will be one object with the same ID. You will not find another object. So that is document dot get element by ID. It will give you only one element if you have that ID. But if you have the name, then it will give you more than one object with the same name. So that is how it is designed. So it will be document dot get elements by name third field. So now let's say I have stored that object third field objects. So that is this is one array. This is actually one array of the objects which are having name third field. So now if I want to get this one, so how I'll get, because this is the first third field inside this, so this should be third field's object, and the array is 0 position. So this is third field objects 0. This particular object is. So the value will be third field objects dot value. So here then I will write as where third field value. Now you can display that alert, the third field value is, you can type right plus third field's value. Now let's check it first. So third field, let's say I am writing x, y, t, then access by name. See, the third field value is x, y, t. Now I'll do one more thing. Here I will create another third field with the same. So let's say I am creating one more third field. Let's say this is third field 1 and here it is third field 2, and the both text box can have the same name. So third field, third field. So now the first third field, that value will be third field value 1. Third field value 1 should be third field object's 0 position, and the second will have third field value 2 object, that is third field object's 1 position 1. So I can write the first third field value is third field value 1, and also I can write the second third field value is third field value 2. So let's see how it works. So third field value first is, let's say, 3, and third field value 2 is 4. So access, see, the first third field value is 3, the second third field value is 4. That means even if the two components have the same name, I can access every object of the text fields. This is because if I do document.getElementsByName, it is returning me the array which are having the same name. So even if you have only one object with that name, third field, there also you will get it as object. So you have to get that object's 0 position to point to that particular object. That's what I wanted to explain, the difference between document.getElementsByName and then document.getElementById. So now what I wanted to do in the first form, I wanted to concatenate the value of the first field and second field, and then I wanted to append one more string, and I wanted to display inside one div. How we can do that? So first field object I have taken like this and copy, and then the second field object will be window.document.getElementById, and it will be second field. Now if you want to generate the string, gen string, let's say I am writing welcome, then the first string is the first field object's value, so it will be the first field object dot value, and then I want to put some character in between, and then I am writing the second field object dot value. So that is how you prepared that string. Now how you can insert this string inside this div. So I have to access this div, so I have already the id. So if you mention id, then as I have told, you can access by document.getElementById. So here output sect is your div. So inside the div, if you want to put something, then you can do by changing the inner HTML property. So that is why I am writing inner HTML. So what is that inner HTML? Let's say I want to put one text. So the inner HTML equals to, let's say I want to put it one kind of heading. So let's say it's h3, and then I am writing plus this gen string, and then I am writing the end of that h3. That's all. Now if I test it, so first field you put something, let's say my name Kuntal, and the second field I am writing my title, and then click on generate. See, it is writing welcome this. So see, the div was present here, but the div did not have any value, whereas when we give some value, then this generate concatenated and displayed here. And to concatenate that, it first access the first field with the id, second field with the id, and then displayed like this. And on the next exercise, what we have done, I have accessed by document.getElementsByName, where with the same name it gives array, it returns array. So even if there is one component with that name, it will return the array object. So you have to take the 0th position, and if you have one more, then you can take the next position. So that's how the DOM structure is constructed for document.getElementById and document.getElementsByName. There is another way you can access object by document and then the form. See that inside the document you have the form, so you can do like document.formName dot the name of the field. Here no name is present. So how you can do that? Document.forms dot, you cannot mention, so you cannot do like that. So you have to have name, then you can write document.forms.name. But this is not so strong because you have to know many things. So getElementById is very easier way to access any value. Hope you have already explored the different combinations of the form fields. In this particular session I have covered till this, and in the next session I will concentrate on how you have to open one child window, and from the child window how you can access the objects of the parent window. or from the parent window can you access any object of the child window. Okay, till then, thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.